Today's class is going to be nice and grounding and slow. So this is sort of our pre-Christmas calm. It's been a weird year, and it's really nice to take this time kind of before the new year when we start to amp everything up to just draw in, think about, what do you need to renew yourself? What do you need to reflect on for the year? And just take a little bit of time. Still building heat in our bodies because of the cold, and it's winter now officially in the northern hemisphere, and just what can you do to support yourself? So let's come to Sukhasana. Today's class is all about the breath, and we're pretty much going to be on the mat the whole time. So not a lot of movement in terms of, our normal flow. It's going to be very a little bit more gentle, but we'll build heat with smaller, dynamic movements. All right, so let's come to a tall spine, comfortable seat. Begin to ground yourself, feeling your sits bones on the ground, moving any flesh out from underneath them. And allow your eyes to draw to a close. Or if that's not comfortable, just down gently onto the ground in front of you. And begin to notice your breath. So drawing awareness to the breath. And today's practice is all about making room in our whole upper body, a little bit in our hips, to allow the breath to support us. And allow us to tap into what we need most from our breath. What I mean by that is, it's our life support, the most important thing that we have for ourselves. And we tend to forget about it because it's an involuntary reaction or response. And just begin to do a little bit of a scan. Noticing any areas of dull energy or tightness. And allow your breath to fill those areas. So as we inhale, allowing your belly and your rib cage to expand in all directions, your spine grows longer, the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, gently release the breath, allowing it to soften and sending it to where you need it in your body. We're going to begin just a light Ujjayi breath. If you're not familiar with that breath work, it's a slight constriction in the back of the throat on the inhale and on the exhale. So if you do it a little stronger, it sounds like this. It's sort of like a Darth Vader sound, so a little bit of constriction in the throat. But we're going to take it very gently and lightly. And what this breath does is it begins to build heat into the body. It's called the victorious breath. And you'll feel it sometimes starting right in the solar plexus where we focused last week, spot just above the navel center. And allowing with each breath your rib cage to expand in all directions, your belly releases, maybe even feeling it into your low back. And as you exhale, that slight constriction, maybe even slightly lifting the pelvic floor on the exhale. Just a gentle lift. Inhale, release. Exhale. So as we move through our practice today, I invite you to use your breath. Allow it to expand where you need to expand, and allow it to soften where you need to soften. Allow it to bring you back to the present moment, and allow it to reduce some mind chatter that we tend to have. Even first thing in the morning, we've got a lot of energy. And our breath grounds us, brings us back into ourselves. Gently begin to lower down. And we're going to take Supta Baddha Konasana. And I'm sorry I forgot to tell you, if you have props and you want to grab them, you can have 2 blocks and like a blanket, or if you have a smaller bolster or flat bolster, that would be great for the last pose of class. And you don't need these, so I'll have options without them. But as we lower down, we're going to draw the soles of our feet together as if we're coming to cobbler's pose. Roll all the way down. And then you can use your blocks to kind of wedge them under your knees, just to give you a little support. You don't need them. You can just have them this way. If this is really uncomfortable because you don't have props, go ahead and bend your knees and just let them face up to the ceiling, soles of the feet on the ground. If you're joining me in Supta Baddha Konasana, let your arms just come out to the side, facing the ceiling. Draw your eyes back to close. And then let your hands set gently on your lower abdomen. And as you breathe, notice your belly expansion. And exhale, release and soften. Just notice the rise and fall of your abdomen, allowing it to fill the whole pelvis, releasing your hips slightly. And notice your breath as it fills your rib cage. Might even notice the back of your body pressing onto the floor as you inhale. And as you exhale, allowing it to soften and everything release. And we'll just be here for another moment. Maintaining that light Ujjayi breath. Allowing your forehead to soften and release any tension you might be holding on to. Gently release your hands. You can blink your eyes open if that feels like what you want to do. Move your props out of the way. Lower back down. We're just going to take a really gentle twist. So feet planted on the floor, knees face the ceiling. Allow your both knees to fall to the left. Inhale, knees come to center. Exhale, knees fall to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And just take a nice, gentle windshield wiper with the breath. Releasing the spine, nice, gentle twist for the morning. Keep going at your own pace with your breath. Maintaining your Ujjayi breath and allowing it to build heat from within. And then gently draw your knees into your chest and come on up to seated. And you can place something under your sits bones if that's more comfortable. We're going to take a couple rounds of Kapalabhati breath. That's our breath of fire. So you'll inhale through the nose and exhale a little bit forcefully through the nose, contracting your abdomen as we breathe. And we'll just do a few rounds. So long, tall spine, hands rest gently on the knees, and we'll begin. Keep going. We'll be here for maybe 20, 30 seconds. Five more seconds. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Hold. Let your chin come back. Allowing the throat lock to engage. Jaladhara. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Bandha. Release your chin. Release the breath. Jalandhara Bandha. We'll work on that one. We'll do another round. Inhale. Begin your Kapalabhati breathing. Keep breathing and just notice the heat building in your solar plexus. Exhale everything completely. Inhale deeply, hold. Engage the throat lock, drawing your chin straight back. Hold. Release your chin, release the breath. Take a few rounds of natural breath. And we'll do one more round. Exhale, inhale through the nose. Begin the breathing. Exhale, inhale, hold, chin lock, chin goes straight back, throat lock. Keep holding, release the lock, release the breath. 3 rounds of natural breath. And open your eyes if they're closed. And let's come to tabletop. And we'll just begin to move through rounds of cat-cow. So already feeling that little bit of heat. We haven't even really begun movement. Lowering down on your inhale, lengthening your spine, broadening through your collarbones. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Press your palms. Think about the center of your back, pressing towards the ceiling. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. And keep moving with your breath at your pace. And allowing your breath to go wherever you need it. Once again, engaging that constriction on the back of your throat, Ujjayi breathing. Think about as you come into your cat back, almost as if you're pressing your kidneys up towards the ceiling. So really moving the thoracic spine, the center of your spine. There's not a lot of mobility there, so this pose is a really nice one to just press into, drawing the tailbone down, and then really broadening through the collarbones on your cow. Do one more round. And we'll come back to neutral spine as you finish this round. And we're going to do some torso rolls in cat-cow. So as you inhale, begin to kind of make this cat back, rolling to your left. And it's almost like a barrel roll. And you're going to come through the middle, lower down to cow. And you can kind of add some extra movements. But think about using your abdominal muscles. Really draw your navel up and in as you round your back, and then lower down. We're going to go one direction first, and then we'll switch it out. So just kind of taking these nice rolls. It should feel really good on the spine, and also generates a little bit of heat from within. One more, and then we'll switch directions. Neutral spine. And then we'll roll the other way. So rolling to the right, lowering the belly, rounding the back. Using your breath, inhale, lower, exhale, round. One more, we'll come back to center. And then begin to sink your hips down, knees come wide, child's pose. Active child's pose, so arms stretch way out in front, forehead to the ground or a block. Inhale, lift up slightly, walk your hands over to the left. Exhale, sink back down, sending your right hip to your heel. Press your right palm into the ground. Feel the stretch all the way from your fingertips into your waist. Stretching through those intercostal muscles that are behind the, that support the rib cage. And inhale, come back through center. Exhale, over to the right. Lower down. Press your left palm. Sink your hips to the left. Opening up and expanding through the rib cage. Through the armpit and the chest. Inhale, come back through center. Tense your fingertips this time, lower down, stretching through the underarms. Inhale, come on up. Draw your knees back to hip width distance. Walk your hands to the corners of the mat, lower down for puppy pose. So really nice stretch through the spine. With all these movements, we're just making space in the rib cage and making room for the breath. Allowing the lungs to expand a little bit more. Inhale, come on up. Hands under shoulders. We're going to do some dynamic movements with our thread the needle. So as we inhale, let your right arm come to the ceiling, look up, stretch, hold for a breath. Inhale, longer. Exhale, let your right hand come underneath, pulsing down. Head comes all the way down. Inhale, lifts back up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Come all the way down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We're going to do 5 total. That was 3. I'll try and keep track today. Inhale, expand. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We'll do one more just for good measure. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and hold. And as you take thread the needle, you have options with your left arm. So you can take a little bind, placing the back of your left hand onto your sacrum. You can extend your left arm in front. Or I like to take a little twist. I press into my left hand and look under my left elbow. This is a really good back of the shoulder opening. So take your variation. We'll just be here for 1 or 2 more breaths. Still using your Ujjayi breath. Plant your left palm if you're in the bind. Inhale, extend back up. Exhale, lower down. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale, lift your left arm high. Hold for breath. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, thread the needle. Left arm comes down, left cheek to the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. It's 3. We'll do 6 since we did 6 on the other side. Keep moving with your breath. Two more, I think. I can't keep track. Do your 6. And we'll hold on this last one. Lower all the way down. Press your cheek. You have options here, so you can take the bind, stretch your right arm long, or take the twist. It just depends on what feels good. Maybe the mobility in your shoulder. We're separating our shoulder blades and just making room in our bodies. Room in our torso, taking a little twist, wringing out our inner organs. And plant your right palm. Inhale, left arm lifts to the sky, look up, stretch long. Exhale, release. And come on back, sitting on your heels. Not done much movement. but I'm already feeling a little bit of heat building. So let's come into a wide-legged position. Flex your feet. If you have a blanket and would like to place it under your sits bones, just propping up slightly, that's always an option. I'm going to do that today. I'm feeling a little tight. So let your legs come long, flex through your feet. Draw your fingertips behind you first. So fingertips face your hips. Draw your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift your heart, opening through the chest. And lift your chin. And exhale, come back through center. Once again, flexing through your feet. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, lower down. Think about keeping a straight spine, so you don't have to go very far. But we want to be able to maintain the quality of our breath as we fold forward. And then using your breath to soften and allowing your hamstrings to release naturally. So not trying to force anything. As we hold with the breath, it naturally begins to release and give way and nourish us in all parts of our body. Inhale, come on up. We're going to do a little more dynamic movement here. So you can place your right hand, or you can even grab a block. I like to do it this way, where I can support my forearm on the block. You can just place your fingertips inside or outside of your leg. Then we're going to bend our right foot. Draw your right foot to the inner thigh. I'm going to move my blanket for this pose. So we're coming to like a wide leg Janu Sirsasana. And we're just going to take this dynamic stretch. So right arm's going to come up. I'm going to just place my right hand inside my leg. Just based on your mobility. Outside's great too. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, side bend to the left. And then we'll take this dynamic pulse. So inhale, lift, let your right fingertips come down. And exhale, side bend to the left. And you should start to feel a really nice stretch through the whole side of your body. And we'll just pulse for maybe about 8 or 10 times. Flowing with your breath, letting your body open naturally. And not worrying so much about bending over the left leg, but keeping the stretch through the intercostal muscles, through the whole armpit area. We've got so many muscles in our shoulders, so just stretching into all those muscles. We'll do one more pulse, and then we'll hold in the side bend for just a breath. Hold here, stretching through the body, maybe spinning your gaze up, and your arm doesn't have to come down very far. Some of us, we have this natural flexibility in here. I do not have that. Inhale, come up, and release. Then draw your torso over your left leg. So almost like we're taking a little twist. Let your left hand come to the outside of your left leg. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your straight leg. And I like to let my right hand just kind of fall where it may, and then use my left hand to support in the twist. So you want to twist first. It's almost like you feel your abdomen taking the twist, and then lower down. Long spine. You can have a little bend in your extended leg. But this twist just helps to wring out the organs. It's really great for digestion, moving things through your body. And then try and draw your awareness to your breath, allowing your breath to be equal between your right and left lung. So breathing equally into both sides of the body. And then maybe you begin to lower slightly as we hold this pose. Drawing your chin slightly down to lengthen your neck. Inhale, come on up. And then exhale, take a little counter twist to your right. And switch out your legs. And then if you have your blocks, put it on the other side. It's again, long, tall spine. We'll do that same dynamic movement. So allowing your right hand to come onto the ground, either in front of or behind your leg. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, lift. Let your left arm come out. Exhale, lower. And we'll continue with your breath. With this movement, we often forget about these muscles on the sides of our body. I know I don't stretch them enough. They really do help us expand our ribcage and deepen our breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, keep going. I always like to draw my eyes closed. I'm sure you guys may notice from time to time when you look up that my eyes are closed. It really helps to draw inward and focus on your breathing as you flow through your practice. One more, and we'll hold this last one. Exhale, expand through the ribcage, and maybe draw your gaze up. Maybe. This is my really tight side, so that's not happening. I can feel it all the way down into my waist. Inhale, come up. Come back to center. Then we'll begin to take our twist. So turn your torso to the right. You can even have your fingertips come to your shoulders as you take this twist. Lower your right hand down. Lower your left hand. Inhale, lengthen, twist. And exhale, begin to fold. Let your left hand come to your right leg. Then you can even grab for your foot. It's first thing in the morning, so I'm going to be a little gentle here on my hamstrings. Inhale, come up, twist a little deeper. Exhale, lower. Hold. And I'm going to run over a few minutes just because we started a few minutes late, so I hope that's okay. No more than 5. It's really hard to do a 30-minute class. I feel like I could do this for an hour easily. Especially when we're doing these nice slow movements. It feels so good. And one more breath. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, take a little counter twist to your left. And then come back through to center. And let's take a little bit of core work. Not much. Come to Navasana, boat pose. So you can stay supported. You can lift toes, still supporting the backs of your legs, but wherever you're at, keep a really long spine. So we have this tendency to do this, which is great, but we want to kind of exercise some different muscles. And then you can release hands. If you want to get really crazy, extend legs up. But make sure you can keep a long spine. So I'm going to stay here. And then we're going to take some little slow movements. So lowering down. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Inhale, slowly lower. Canoe, exhale, rise. Really feeling that heat build. One more. Rise up, hold. 3 breaths. I'm going to restructure my spine here. Lengthen through your spine. Arms can come out. You can have feet flexed, pointed, knees together, knees wide, whatever works the best for you. One more breath. And exhale, release your feet onto the mat. Press your chest between your knees. And drawing fingertips behind, we're going to come to reverse table. But before we do that, set up your pose. So draw your shoulder blades together. Widen through the collarbones. Ground your feet. And this might be enough for you. Might be right here today. Opening through the chest, you can lift your gaze. If you're coming to reverse table, as we inhale, lift up. Gaze can come straight up or just stay forward. And exhale, lower your hips down. And actually, I'm going to reverse the breathing there. So inhale here. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We're going to take these dynamic movements with reverse table. Nice and slow. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keep going a few more times, and then we'll hold in this last one. So let's do one more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold. Gaze can come straight up to the sky. Keep pressing your chest, broadening through your collarbones. If it feels okay, you can even let your head come all the way back. Really stretching through the whole front of the shoulders, pectorals. Throw your head back to center and exhale, release down. And just come on up to a seat. Take a little twist right and left just to work that out. All right. So now's the time for the good stuff. So we're going to end class with kind of a supported Shavasana. If you have props nearby, you can use 2 blocks. One for your head, one between your shoulder blades, kind of where your bra strap hits. I have this nice flat small bolster, which is great. If you have a flat bolster, if you have a huge one, I don't know if it might be a little much on your low back. Or if you have a blanket, you can kind of unfold it and roll it into a noodle. So I'll show you how to do that. You roll it into a noodle. It'll just kind of take the shape of that bolster. And it'll be a nice support for you. If you don't have any of these, that's okay. You can just come into Shavasana. It's just a really nice chest opener to support the breath. So I'm going to use my bolster. If you have the bolster, I like to place it just above my sacrum, lowering down onto your back. And I'm going to take cactus arms. This is not, take what's comfortable for you. So this will deepen the chest opening. I'm going to extend legs long. You can have just palms face up or straight out. If you take cactus arms, you just get a little more opening. We'll just be here for a minute or two. Allowing your breath to open through the front of the body. You release the Ujjayi breath. Let it be natural. Allowing your forehead release any wrinkles and tension it might be holding on to. Let your jaw relax. As you breathe, noticing the ribcage press into the bolster or blanket on the inhale. Expanding the lungs. Exhale, releasing the breath. Softening. Just allow the whole body to relax. And if this isn't comfortable and you'd like to move your props out of the way and come to your standard corpse pose, please do that. We're going to be here for just a couple minutes. Continuing to focus on your breath. Releasing tension. Allowing the mind to relax. Coming into this most grounded space as you draw inward. Gently begin to draw awareness back into your body, beginning with some small movements, wiggling fingers and toes, and gradually making large movements, moving wrists and ankles, and gently drawing knees into your chest. Make your way up to seated as you're ready. Release your fingertips. Inhale, palms lift overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center, bow chin to chest. Thank you so much for joining me this nice, chilly winter morning. Taking some time just to be gentle with yourself. I invite you to thank yourself for showing up to your practice today and exploring something a little slower with me this morning. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from all suffering. And may you be at peace. Together we draw our thumb knuckles to the third eye. We bow and say namaste. Namaste.